While you guys are watching the commercial break, we were talking about mixing alcohol and opiates. A lot of people these days are on prescription medicine. Can you talk about some of the dangers associated with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, before you should always talk to your physician, talk to your pharmacist about any medications that you're taking, but certainly new medications. And then when you're taking that and transitioning into like a party environment where there may be alcohol, you really want to make sure that you understand your limits, understand your tolerance, because sometimes medications, and they don't have to be necessarily pain medications or anxiety medications, they can be an antibiotic that changes the way you're going to handle alcohol, that changes the way your body's going to process that. And so you may become intoxicated much more quickly. Certainly if you're taking pain medications or you're taking anxiety medications that will compound the effects of alcohol. Another big misconception that people have are using stimulants, something like coffee. Coffee's gonna, drink some coffee and I'll be less intoxicated. That's not true. You may be a little more hyped up because you drank 4 espressos and after you had your alcohol, but you're not going to be any more sober. Your decision making isn't going to be any better. Those drugs don't counteract each other.
We do have one caller. We'll go ahead and take you. Hey, do you have a question for our guest here?
Pardon?
Do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I have a question for the trooper.
What is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes. I was wondering about the Intoxilock. Isn't it kind of dangerous for an Intoxilock to be in a car going down the interstate and it shuts off and you have to blow into it? Isn't that a little dangerous?
Well, the way the system is designed to do is not designed to shut off as you're driving. It is designed to, basically it's designed to prevent you from starting the vehicle if you have been drinking. There's a video camera that's inside the vehicle that works in conjunction with the machine that you do have to blow into. So yes, anytime your vehicle will shut off, that's dangerous, yes, but your vehicle's it's not designed. If you're having a problem with your intoximeter doing that, then you need to go and get that checked. It's not designed to shut off while you're driving.
Sure, and it's not like you're driving down the road and it all of a sudden turns off, right?
Oh, the way she was talking, that's the way it sounded. But yes,
okay.
Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. It simply is to make sure that you, as the person who is found guilty of DUI, that's what the camera's for, to document that you are the person behind the wheel blowing into the machine, to show that there's no alcohol in your system to be able to start the vehicle. And the way the machine is designed, if it does detect an odor of alcohol or presence of alcohol, then it will not allow your vehicle to start.
Gotcha. We do have John on line 1. John, do you have a question?
That's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, are you there?
Hey, are you there?
Oh, looks like we're getting a little reverberation. What you guys need to do is mute your TV. So when you're on the phone with us, just mute it, and then we can answer your questions. Otherwise, there's going to be a little bit of an echo. So John on line 2, are you hearing me better now?
Hello?
Hey, there he is.
There he is. Hey, John.
Oh, it's Dawn.
Oh, Dawn. Excuse me. My bad. Do you have a question?
Yes, I would like to. Yeah, my question is, I would like to go back to the designated driver situation. Okay, when an officer pulls over a person that's being the designated driver for a traffic violation, the officer is supposed to have interactions with the driver himself. Now, first of all, a person has the freedom of speech, so the officer is not supposed to be having any interactions with the other people in the vehicle unless they are out of control. Now, the motion for the freedom of speech is the fact that the only time you can disorderly conduct someone is when they are out of control. A person has a right to speak to a police officer, and a person has a right to refuse speaking to a police officer.
So is your question...
And I think my question is why is the officer informing the public incorrectly?
Well, Don, thank you for your call. What we're trying to answer was the other caller's question where he was a designated driver, and he stated that the trooper told him to shut up, quote. that should not be happening unless, and we're speculating on what that situation was with our previous caller. So in a situation, yes, the trooper or law enforcement officer, they only really need to interact with the driver unless he or she sees that there's a probable cause that another crime is taking place inside the vehicle. Then they have the legal right and obligation to talk to whomever inside that vehicle to make sure that that vehicle and everyone inside that vehicle is safe and secure. Now, going on what the previous caller was talking about, where it kind of sounded as if and of course we're speculating, we didn't get a clear description of the call, where the trooper had to tell him to shut up or he would take him to jail for I believe it was disorderly conduct and public intoxication. I believe it may have been what it was. We merely gave an example of what could have been happening in that situation. If the other occupants of the car were loud and being disorderly or who knows what they could have been doing, the trooper or law enforcement officer has the obligation to secure the scene. Now, that is not, yes, you have the right to talk to a law enforcement officer. You have the right to say what you want to say to a law enforcement officer. That's never a question. But the trooper, he or she, or the law enforcement officer, he or she, does have to make sure who they're dealing with, what they're dealing with, and on the side of the road, things do escalate, and it's up to that officer to de-escalate that situation down, which is what it sounded like it happened with the previous caller.
All right, thanks so much. We're going to send it to the break now.